On the first Sunday of each month, you can experience a special program here on WHAS11. It's called Beargrass, a place called home. And joining us today with more on the community at Beargrass Christian Church and what you can see at this month's episode is Senior Minister Dr. Trey Flowers. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Good morning, Elle. Great to be with you.
So I live in St. Matthews and I pass by every day pretty much, and of course you're known for your farmers market every Saturday, but you do a lot more than just that.
Sure. Yeah.
And so what makes Beargrass different from other churches?
Well, we have the farmers market every Saturday in the summertime, and we're so proud of that incredible ministry. Mm-hmm. But on Sunday morning, we bring together people from 45 different zip codes. So
wow.
A lot of those people from far and wide for the farmers market come right back on Sunday. And one of the things our church really tries to be all about is bringing people together across differences. Mm-hmm. And we celebrate the differences that we have. With an election on the horizon, I know for a lot of people, anxiety is as high as it's ever been.
Right.
And we don't have as many conversations as we used to have with each other. Mm-hmm. And so for us, church is an opportunity, whether it's people of different beliefs, backgrounds, political identities, no matter who you are, where you're from, who you love, it's a community that comes together and says, regardless of our differences, every single person is welcome, and we share in God's love together and grow together.
Yeah, community is so important, especially when it comes to the holiday season. Yeah. We just had YMCA on kind of talking about that, and building that community is, what's going to help you make it through the holidays. And so, how does your church try to hold people together in times like this?
Well, I think one of the things we try to do is to model that our differences are not a threat. Mm-hmm. Our differences are a chance to learn and grow from each other. And so we try to hold those conversations, whether it's through our worship services or our Sunday school classes, but we try to create spaces where we can listen to each other, learn from each other, grow together, and hold each other through these divided times as one church family.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Starting with that Sunday school age all the way up through, the elderly, you have a space for everyone.
That's right.
And so you're really trying to spread your message through this new program right here on our station. And so it launched this past month. And so what are some of the highlights of this November episode coming up? Yeah,
well, it's amazing. We just had Halloween yesterday, and we're already looking ahead to Thanksgiving now. But we're looking at how we can be people of gratitude, not just one day of a year, not because it's a special holiday, but because it's who we are. Mm-hmm. So how do we live our lives as people of gratitude, with hope, and by letting our thanks actually give back and impact the community. So we're going to be focused a lot on Thanksgiving this episode that airs on Sunday, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, I feel like we are just so busy. Everyone is so busy nowadays. We're, running ahead to, holiday plans or just every day to day, and we aren't as present as we used to be. And I find myself that, I'm already looking ahead to next week and, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so busy doing X, Y, and Z. But kind of taking that time to be grateful for the opportunities that are given.
That's right.
And to, shine that light on giving thanks because it is so important.
And that's one of the things we try to do as a church, is to meet people where they are, because we know we do have a lot to do, to get done every single day, every single week, and a lot of people are just struggling to make it through the day. And so we try to meet people where they are. And that's one of the reasons that this WHAS opportunity felt really like an incredible chance for us to say, if you can't be there on Sunday, and we'd love to see you on Sunday morning, of course, but if you can't make it in person on Sunday, that we can come right to your living room, or you can catch it anytime on our YouTube or Facebook, and just make those spaces to say, you know what? Sunday morning might not be the only time I've got, but I'm going to make some space to reflect and to grow, and for us to be able to meet you wherever you are.
Yeah, that is so great that people can look back on your YouTube page, because it's an hour long time to sit down and kind of hear those words of encouragement, and maybe kind of spark some new ideas to maybe come to an in-person service.
Yeah, absolutely. So whether it's the WHAS episode or any of our weekly worship services as well, at beargrass.org/WHAS. We've got a whole page set up. And one of the things you can do on there is not only watch the worship service, but participate in it. And whether that's through our reverse offering partners, such as this month we're featuring the Arrow Fund, and trying to give back to them and put a spotlight on the incredible work they do. But also we have kits of communion where you can join us, and we mail bread and juice for you and participate in the program right from your living room.
Oh, that is so great. Well, thank you so much for sharing your message. And again, every first Sunday is when you can catch that special programming. And just to learn more about Beargrass Christian Church, just go to beargrass.org.